Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Northeast High School. It is a rare Thursday night kickoff between LaSalle College High School, the home team on the scoreboard, and the Haverford School, a reignition of a rivalry that we've seen year over year. We'll bring you now inside the broadcast booth Bob Long, Danny Rovey. We got Tyler Kern over there, and Bobby Mullins helping us out on the camera. So thrilled to have him alongside for the first time here today. Danny, we're going to start with you. A rivalry that has spanned many, many years. LaSalle on the winning side quite often. Last year, not the case. Haverford School won that football game en route to a historic undefeated season.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know, LaSalle is a familiar foe for the Haverford School Forwards. As we know, last year, LaSalle lost to the Forwards 21-7 at Upper Dublin. A player to remember in that game was Matthew Brosco. Had a phenomenal game, really ran the grounded pound throughout that one.
Tyler, your thoughts on this one as LaSalle now comes off their 1-2. Two tough losses to two top 10 teams in the state. Opportunity to rebound here tonight.
Yeah, both these teams have really challenged themselves these first few games of the year, playing talent that's above them at times. And it's just really good to see, at least beautiful Thursday night. Finally starting to feel like fall out here game. And, excited to see how this plays out.
Haverford won the toss, and they elected to defer their choice to the second half. So LaSalle will receive the football. Des Ortiz, as well as Julian McFadden, they're back deep to receive. And we are underway. This one directed towards Des Ortiz, who mishandled at the 1 yard line. He's going to have to take that out, and LaSalle is in trouble early. They'll start from the 5 yard line.
Yeah, good job of not compounding mistakes there. Important to get it out of there. I remember, you just can't get off to a bad start there. So happy to see the Explorers get out of the end zone.
Out comes Gavin Sidwar and the starting offense for the Explorers. Across the line, Lucas Donahue, Tiernan McNichol, Andrew Brennan at left tackle, guard, and then center, respectively. Matt Thiel and Chris Selecki on the right-hand side of the line. J.P. Oates, Julian McFadden, James Dolan, Joey O'Brien will get the majority of the catches, and Stevie Davis, the starting running back, alongside Sidwar. LaSalle gets the call from the sideline, looking at the three-man front defense, and Sidwar, there was miscommunication there.
Yeah, just kind of a lapse in judgment there. That was from Edward Sutter Jr. right there coming in. Just kind of misrunning the route there. Sidwar with the vision to go find him towards the sideline.
Yeah, clearly, always tough to tell, right, who was right, who was wrong in terms of being on the same page, but certainly Sidwar thought it was a flat out, and Sutter was cutting up the field. So now 2nd and 10. Here's Stevie Davis up the gut. He got 6 on 2nd down, maybe even 7. We'll call it 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, there's the tried and true Stevie Davis. Had a Stevie Davis-sized hole there, able to get 6 for a 3rd and short.
I like that. So that's not a large hole, Tyler?
Interpret it as you will.
It's a wide hole. He's a big, strong guy down low. But you know what? You might miss him up top. Spectacular running back build. Fantastic lacrosse player. He'll play at the next level at the University of Pennsylvania next year. But for the time being, he clawed through for 2, maybe 2.5 yards, and he got the first down. So they go to Davis twice on the first set of downs.
Yeah, so Tyler, adding on from what you said, Stevie Davis is hot right now. He had 2 TDs last game, a receiving and a rushing, and he's been nominated for the high school Game On Player of the Week last week for his performance against Bishop McDevitt.
Yeah, clearly I've been out of the booth for a few weeks. I know against North Penn he was not underutilized, but just, they had a lot of weapons.
Davis again up the gut. That's a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down coming up. Maybe he got 4 after all that. Pushed the pile. Second down, 7 yards to go. Dolan is the man in motion. Sidwar fakes the give. Has a lot of time. Well blocked by that offensive line and flings it across his body for Julian McFadden. A big gain across the 40 yards. Give him 18 and a first down.
Yeah, good patience from Sidwar there. He had a lot of open space in front of him, but, made a great football play, high football IQ, let the route develop, and huge gain there.
Of course, the Explorers opting for definitely a quick set here, attempting to move the chains down the field in midfield.
And again, now they feigned going quickly. Now they'll take a look to the sideline. The Haverford school consistently will go with a 3-4 with the nose guard, Walt Frazier, big 6'3", 265-pound. He got a hand on Stevie Davis and ended up helping to pull him down. That's number 53 in the middle, but not before a gain of 4 yards.
I'd be interested to see if they kind of adjust that front. I know, obviously you have a linebacker support there, but, only 3 guys with their hand in the dirt. You got 5 guys up front with gold helmets. It's a numbers game.
Sidwar throws that lob. It was so effective last week. A flag looked like it came in at the end of the play, but what a play by Joey O'Brien. Another look.
That's something we've seen, throughout this year so far. Joey O'Brien, he's able to get up top that cornerback, just kind of separate himself with that leaping ability.
Is that on Haverford? It was.
All right, so I guess that's in benefit of LaSalle.
And perhaps they didn't give him the catch, because otherwise why are you accepting that penalty?
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps he didn't get the foot down on the sideline.
Well, I think we had the sideline official give the motion of out of bounds for that last foot.
It's a great pass and catch, though.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it wasn't in bounds. You'd like to see that.
Tell Jimmy to widen.
Or
Tell Jimmy to widen. Tell Jimmy to widen.
9:01, LaSalle, a meticulous and methodical drive thus far inside the 40-yard line of Haverford. Sidwar, again, a lot of time. He'll take the shot for the end zone. McFadden one-on-one against that defender. And boy, never looked back to the football.
he never played the ball.
Colin Campbell-Williams, number 24, in coverage.
I don't think I've ever seen a defensive scheme like that. You had 4 guys with their hands in the dirt, and the other 7 were all lined up 3 yards off the ball. It looked really odd. See if they do that again. They seem like multi-tiered this time, but it was a really odd look. I'm not a defensive expert, but I've never seen a scheme like that before.
Now 2nd down and 10. Line to gain is the 29-yard line. Davis bounces and gets inside the 35 to the 34. He gained 5. And certainly 4 down territory here opens up the playbook for the LaSalle offensive staff.
It definitely opens up the playbook here. LaSalle has a lot of optionality in what they can do, whether that be a quick screen pass or, a nice out route to gain some great yardage here and perhaps get the Explorers in the red zone.
Good mix of running and passing, little salt and pepper to start the game. I like it.
LaSalle in those navy blues. And the ball is loose. Davis fortunate to get on top of it. Now 4th down and 8. There's that run pass option, or perhaps we're giving them the benefit of the doubt there, perhaps just a botched handoff. But decision time now makes it a little bit more difficult. The offense is going to stay out on the field. The other option is to try to pin the Fords deep in their own territory.
Yeah, well, ball security was an issue for the Explorers last week against Bishop McDevitt. Julian McFadden had really a terrible fumble, in the Explorers territory, which led to a McDevitt score, kind of opened the game open. So you really want to preach ball security.
Across the middle, incomplete. Haverford gets off the field. And what was a frustrating night offensively last year at this time against Haverford starts a similar way. The Fords get off the field. And that will meet the offense for Haverford, led by Josh Williams, the junior left tackle at 6'5", 302, with 7 Division I offers, including Cal, Penn State, Boston College, Duke, and UVA. He's flanked by Noah Anderson at the left guard position, Preston Bernard, the freshman center. Owen Bernard, his brother and twin, is a freshman right guard, and then Adon Gross, the 270, 6'4", senior, plays right tackle. Here's Matt Gaffney taking the snap. Handoff. It'll be a 3-man battle. And three-headed monster in the running back position, that's Matt Brosco, who ran for 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns last year. He got 2 on the opening carry off tackle.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great start for this defense. Kieran Campbell did a great job of crashing down the line. Almost made a tackle for a loss there, but, you know, good team defense right there.
Big stop there by LaSalle. It's going to be a loss. Grayson McHugh gets up out of the pile, very excited. Back to the sticks, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Grayson McHugh does a great job of using his length and quickness to get to Matthew Brosco. As we know, Brosco was an electric factor last game, and I'm sure the Explorers had his name on a bullseye this week in practice.
Looks like the Explorers defense is adjusting for this 3rd and long situation as well. Looks like about 3 men up front currently.
Third down and 10, stepping up, throwing, and it's incomplete. Late hit. Will there be a flag thrown? Nothing for the time being, so they'll punt it.
All right.
May have had a momentary stream lapse, so apologize there, but it's a good-looking punt. It's scooped up there by Julian McFadden and would not be taken down. What a heck of a stop that was. Probably a block in the back, but Kevin Reavy just made a tremendous play.
Yeah, Reavy right there with a full extension to take down McFadden. He had a lane outside, could have taken advantage of that and possibly gone for a huge, huge return. Nevertheless, some pretty good field position for the Explorers.
Yeah, even if not, I like that McFadden kind of chose to take that, saw a little gap, could have gotten 5-10 extra yards, and then kind of backpedaled. Not something you really want, but, you know, appreciate him trying to make an effort, make something happen.
Again, LaSalle very fortunate to not be called for a block in the back. Reavy, a heck of a play. Davis once again with some patience, but Haverford up to task at front 7. Really impressive early on. Mick Barnes Pace, he'll play at the left defensive end position, a senior at 6'1", 240. Phil Ocala, sophomore, at the other defensive end position. We mentioned Walt Frazier, the nose guard. But then in the linebacking core, Ben McCarthy, a Duke lacrosse commit. Kellen Gardner, another big lacrosse guy, a quiet leader on this team, and Gavin Cooper at inside linebacker, a big lacrosse guy that will play at a high level, at the college level. And then Matt Jones, the sophomore, a transfer from Strathaven, on the outside. Good defensive 7. Sidwar fires across the middle, big catch. What a job there. Sutter again getting involved.
Yeah, Sutter right there with a sweet grab, full extension. How about the vision right there from Sidwar? See him coming across the field like that. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And here the Explorers are setting up in a quick formation.
Yeah, good job by Sutter, kind of bailing out Sidwar, too. That pass is a little wide. Maybe it had to be there, though.
Again now, quick snap. Stevie Davis gets 3, maybe 4 on first down. And Tyler, this is an opportunity here for LaSalle to have second and manageable. Really opens the playbook. Davis, a good guy to get downhill on just about every run.
Yeah, of course. I like the mix that LaSalle's throwing, run, pass. I'd say keep it going. You know, don't play too conservative here. You're marching down the field.
Sidwar, again a one-on-one battle. Jump ball and incomplete. Physical defense on the outside there. Samaj Lee, the junior. And we'll get you another look at this one on the replay.
Laundry down on the field as well.
All right, maybe in favor of the Explorers right there, and they'll take advantage of that call.
I thought Sidwar was about to get crushed there. Both of those ends came out free. he did a good job for how deep that ball was, how quick he got it out.
Yeah, so now they're going to walk off that penalty. You saw it on the replay there. Lee draped all over Julian McFadden. Danny, in a lot of ways, it's the only way to guard. A track star like that, a guy who runs really good routes, and a guy who's physical in those routes as well.
Yeah, of course. And if you're paired up with, someone as talented as McFadden, you need to be physical. I'm sure that was in the game plan this week. And that was a tremendous job. Just probably a little bit too much of the hands, at least all over McFadden's jersey.
First down and 10. LaSalle now inside the 30 of Haverford. And it's a jet sweep. One missed tackle, but it won't be a second. It's a loss of 1 yard on the play.
I mean, that should have been a tackle for a loss for about 5 yards there, so that's about all you can ask for. Well sniffed out by the Haverford D.
Yeah, definitely. We saw LaSalle run the jet sweep with a lot of success versus North Penn. However, this Haverford defense we know is full of athletes. Definitely, you're going to be getting a different scheme than North Penn.
That was first touch of the game for Chris Filippo. Second down and 11. Davis is hit and dropped. It's a big loss. Kellen Gardner comes out of the linebacking core to make the play.
That's just a football play right there. It's all you can ask for in your linebacker in high school level, just stepping up and making a big hit.
A second-year starter. We mentioned his lacrosse accolades. We also mentioned he's a quiet leader. There's nothing quiet about that hit. So now back in that 4-down territory type position, late stages of the first quarter. Sidwar with 4 receivers, slings it across the middle. A little rub route leads to Jimmy Dolan getting 21 yards for a first.
More laundry on the field, and Sidwar just got a tabletop there. Someone was laying down and the other guy pushed him over. I don't think that's what the flag's for, but came in a little late in my opinion.
Let's see what the call is.
Yeah.
Holding.
And it goes against the LaSalle Explorers.
Huh.
Didn't really affect much, did it?
Yeah.
Because it occurred so far down the field.
The only thought it was at the wide receiver that was flagged. They ran those 2 similar routes, and perhaps it was that pick play that was that pick type situation. Again, LaSalle would call it a rub. Right?
Yeah.
Offensive coordinators
Depending
call
what
it
team you
rub,
ask.
and defensive coordinators call it pick. So it backs it up to that last line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 11 again. Sidwar lets it go, and it's right in the area. Nobody came up with the interception. Those 2 safeties are going to be kicking themselves. Gabe Denisi, the sophomore, Colin Campbell-Williams, the junior. You might not get an easier interception look.
Might not have been the worst thing for the Explorers if that ball was caught, pin them back on the 5 or so. But I know they're still 4th down here. But
Yeah, it looks like they'll be going for it here from 4th and long. Pinned back on the 30.
I think Matt Hess, the offensive coordinator, and the rest of that offensive staff, Tyler, they want to make you rue those words right there. They're looking to convert and put a big play together. They've gotten to this point now twice. Can they convert? Sidwar again across his body. McFadden comes back to the football, and he's got the first down. Gain of 14 where he needed 11.
consider myself rude, Bob.
I mean, that Sidwar to McFadden connection right there, we just see it time and time again. Able to find him there on a nice post route. I mean, a tremendous pickup for the Explorers. What a play.
Great play by that receiver. He was sliding on his knees making that catch.
I want to know that participle syntax. Rue, has rued, did.
Rude.
Lob for the touchdown. Can he pull it down?
No.
Incomplete.
Wow. I like that, though. You have that chemistry with your receivers already as a sophomore quarterback. You know where he's going to be. You toss it up there. I thought he was going to come down with it. Good defense, although the cornerbacks really have not been playing the ball.
It's for us. Another lob to the end zone. He's in there. Big time play. Why not go back to it? Same call twice in a row. This time the defensive back has no shot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, props to Julian McFadden right there, able to create some great separation off of his cornerback. And, you know, Sidwar delivering a perfect dime straight to his mitts. Some points on the board for the Explorers there. Great way to start it off. As we know, the last time these two teams faced, definitely LaSalle struggling to find scores.
Stevie Davis up and good with the extra point. 7-0 LaSalle leads.
So we do have a flag on the play right here. Could have been an early jump from the Fords.
And so LaSalle will take that 5 yards on the ensuing kickoff. See the white hat, left-hand side of your screen, confirming the offside call.
Like how the band acknowledged that flag, too. They stopped their the end of their song there. It's very respectful.
You know, LaSalle band, best in the business.
Interesting situation here. LaSalle special teams is off the field. Haverford's special teams unit remains on the field in a goal line situation. Off screen to our right, LaSalle's kicking unit will come onto the field. What do we have here? Are they going to go for two?
Huh.
Now Stevie Davis is back out there, so perhaps that LaSalle could not accept it. For whatever reason, a dead ball penalty of some kind.
So the kick must be repeated then.
Hopefully in a similar fashion.
Take that score, Bug, back down to 6. And Davis hit that one. 2 for 2. One of them counts.
There's another flag.
Oh, boy, we got another flag. This time, both special teams units coming off the field.
The behind-the-back flag pass from the ref.
Get that on highlight reel.
He didn't catch it, so.
It's worth a try.
This portion of today's game is brought to you by Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. They're our favorite LaSalle realtors, helping you to buy or sell your home. They've helped my wife and me many times over the years, and they've been able to help several folks that we know as well. But whether that's buying their dream home, buying a second home in the mountains or at the beach, or extracting the value from their home. It's a difficult market out there right now from an interest rate standpoint, the mix between supply and demand. You need someone who knows what they're doing, and that is what these two folks can do. The entire Carrie Guerin Boyle team at Berkshire Hathaway is fantastic, but we appreciate working with Jim McLaughlin and Carrie directly. So their contact information is below. Tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you, and we appreciate them. Chris Heck will kick this one deep while spotted on the 45-yard line. So, again, that is up 5 yards. Whatever that penalty was in fact assessed. It's a good catch at the 10-yard line. A lot of room up the middle and really good starting field position all the way out to the 35-yard line. Jaden Rivera. We'll see him in the running back core along with Matt Brosco and Samaj Lee. Danny, you'll remember last year Matt Brosco just kind of bled the clock. 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust, or in that case, a cloud of, tire pellets and whatnot coming off the turf. But Rivera, Lee, they provide a little bit more of the lightning where Brosco is the thunder. And this Haverford offense looking to get back at it. Behind Matt Gaffney, the starting quarterback. He thought about throwing it. LaSalle had it defended really well, and it'll be a sack for Joey O'Brien. Grayson McHugh cannot believe that one won't go in his tally, but he teed him up for his cornerback teammate, Joey O'Brien.
Well, a great team effort regardless right there. We see McHugh kind of jumping on the shoulders right there of Mac Gaffney and then able to slow him down for O'Brien to come in for the punishing hit right there. A huge loss, setting the Explorers up for a very, very promising defensive stand.
Grayson McHugh, a sophomore defensive end, 6'8", 230. will also play on the basketball team this year. Andrew Sorge, a freshman, he's going to play at interior defensive lineman, the one technique. Jamel Williams, big-time sophomore at 237. He lines up at the three technique with Kieran Campbell, the other defensive end. Jack Luthi, Dylan Clare, Mason Lang, Matt Wills. That'll be your bevy of linebackers. In fact, you see Mason Lang coming on the field right now, substituting for Cooper Heilig, who will also see some time at the linebacker position. Joey O'Brien, Justin Hawkins, your starting cornerbacks. Again, we mentioned it earlier in the year, but so difficult to see Kelby Hampton go down in the offseason, done for the season. He is a tremendous player and will have a great legacy here at LaSalle, but he won't get any snaps this year, and we wish him the best in his recovery. Carson Wakefield and Chris Filippo, rock solid at the safety position. Third down and long. He'll step up. Gaffney fires across the middle. It's caught, and it is just enough for a first down. Needed 13 and got about 15.
Yeah, that'll be caught by Sean Brodnick, the tight end, coming in at 6'4", 222 pounds, as the Fords open up for a very quick setup.
And Brosco takes it off tackle. He's hit and dropped, but not before a gain of 5 yards. Tackle made by Joey O'Brien. And now whistles and I believe a timeout will be taken.
Might be the end of the quarter.
I beg your pardon. Yep, end of the quarter. Well, works there for LaSalle because I think they were caught off guard defensively, Tyler, by that quick snap and that quick no huddle. So that is the end of the first quarter. Take this time to tell you about one of our new partners, the Great American Pub. With 3 locations in the area, there are great eats, good times to be had, and good drinks at any location that you go to. Tyler, I feel like you're a Conshohocken guy. A Conchi, Great American Pub guy.
I dabble a bit.
Get up to the rooftop deck, some great cocktails, good food, good times with friends. Boy, what a night after the game here. If you're here at the stadium or wherever you may be, maybe you pop over to the Great American Pub. Maybe you're streaming it from the Great American Pub. Better yet. But we want to thank Chuck Hempshire and that whole Hempshire family for supporting LaSalle Athletics, for supporting us, Bob Long Sports, and our ability to get out and do these games together. So go give them a visit next time and tell them that Bob Long Sports sent you.
You know, as a Collegeville guy myself, there's a Great American Pub not too far from my house in Phoenixville. Tremendous food right there. Some of the best wings you can find in the area.
And now Phoenixville, a very safe place to be.
Exactly.
If you know, you know. Could have been a block in the back, and it is. Flag comes in right in that area. Very difficult for the receiver to get away with that one. So this one will be brought back.
Almost a huge gain, but because of that penalty.
Had a little something to do with it, Tyler, I think.
I will say there's been a lot of laundry so far out in the field, a lot of yellow laundries.
Yeah, of course, and you know it's kind of crazy how we see this, this game starting to flip as opposed to how it was last year. We saw the Explorers start off last year's game with a lot of flags, and you know that caused the detriment to the team. And here we see the Fords opening up. Definitely some lapses in both the offensive and defensive side of things.
Also, it was kind of opposite because it seems like both offenses are a lot more explosive. Last year it was more of a defensive battle. It's not a high score or anything yet, but
yeah.
Matt Gaffney, the quarterback, takes the snap. Fakes the give and throws over the top and just way overthrown. Probably a pretty smart play there by Gaffney.
Another flag.
Another flag comes in late.
It's the over-under on these flags today.
Get another look at the replay, and we'll get you back for the white hat. Right-hand side of your screen. This one goes against the Haverford school. They'll back them up. Gaffney came into the year, again, just a junior, wasn't necessarily his spot. He competed with 2 other guys in camp and just outright won the job. You give him a lot of props for that and good old-fashioned quarterback competition. He can throw the ball well, but to this point, Tyler, his receivers have not really gotten any separation from the secondary of LaSalle.
No, and I think that kind of mirrors in an opposite way how the Explorers receivers are doing. They're kind of running open. They're helping Sidwar out if their throws are a little bit off.
So this is third down and an eternity. They got to get all the way to the LaSalle 44. That's not going to happen, and that won't help. Sean Brodnick, the 6'4" tight end, was the intended target. And now we'll get a chance to see the punting game.
First punt of the night.
Number 90, Ian Gopez, one of the top-rated kickers in the sophomore class. That's nationally, by the way. He has field goal range in kind of the high 40s. Also a very good punter of the football. And a lot of respect being given by, it looks like Des Ortiz back there. Heels all the way at the 35. A driving kick into the Northeast High School Knight, fielded at the 41. Really good punt there by Ian Gopez.
Is that typical to have two guys back there to receive the ball on a punt?
Don't see it as often.
No, that's kind of rare. I thought that was kind of interesting. The Explorers had two guys back there. Maybe even put more respect on that punt.
And a really nice sliding catch there by Ortiz. Again, that's one there. You want the ball, first and foremost. You don't want to turn it over. That's a dangerous place to be. But with that driving spin, it's probably another 10 yards if he doesn't come up and get it. Good starting field position for LaSalle and a great decision by Des Ortiz. Early second quarter action. LaSalle has 7 on the board. Quick crossing pattern for Jimmy Dolan, and it's a foot race. Pulled down inside the 20-yard line. A read option, and Gavin Sidwar reads the linebacker's eyes perfectly.
Yeah, Jimmy Dolan's the type of player, he's just hard to bring down right there. Once he gets going, he's off to the races. A huge gain for the Explorers here, deep in the red zone.
Now LaSalle's turn to get up to the line quickly. Ortiz, he's got so much room on the left-hand side. Excellent blocking out there by those two offensive linemen, Lucas Donahue, Tiernan McNichol, leading the way. And a pulling guard from the other side, Matt Thiel, number 55, got in on the action.
Yeah, Ortiz does a great job right there of cutting inside, taking advantage of that space, and the Explorers will look to run another quick down here.
Now, he set them up with that nice punt catch, and I thought he was going to close it out there. Maybe he will on this drive.
Not going to be on that one. It'll be a loss of 1 yard, maybe even more. Back out to the 6-yard line. It'll be second and goal.
Yeah, good push by that Haverford front there.
A bit of a 180 here this season, Tyler, Danny, from this game last season. It was 21-0 Haverford before LaSalle scored a touchdown. LaSalle now looking to put their second touchdown of the day up on the board. The offense looks crisp here tonight and has been really good over the course of the season. Crossing pattern, caught, touchdown. J.P. Oates, a physical route across the middle, fought through contact.
Yeah, J.P. Oates looking good out there. Kind of wish he was on my fantasy football team tonight, Bob. He looks good.
Yeah, J.P. Oates right there, a masterclass of a touchdown. Just finds a way to separate himself right there, using his physicality. And then you see the nice toe tap right there as he brings it in.
Yeah. Just great separation from that cornerback as well.
A lot of contact, you're right, in that defensive backfield for Haverford. Oates fought through it. It's 14-0 LaSalle.
That's a huge score for the Explorers here to be up by 2 touchdowns now with a lot left in the second quarter. Just looking to completely break this game open in any way they can.
There's some funky stuff going on these kicks. I can see Kieran Campbell talking to the ref right now. There was like 3 Haverford guys on their back somehow, right where the kicker was. And, you know, after the last time when there was 2 flags or 1 flag,
Yeah.
There's some
2
weird,
flags, 2
weird,
different kicks.
Weird stuff going on these extra points.
Yeah. Well, Campbell's one of the captains here for this LaSalle team, so of course he has the right to talk to the official about that one. Obviously, like you said, some suspicious activity going on, at least from the Ford's perspective here.
9:40 to go. Second quarter, a pooch kick is fielded and couldn't be corralled. LaSalle's on it. LaSalle did some film study there. Another look as LaSalle has earned the football back.
And Heck seemed to kind of do that on the last kickoff. It went a little further than he wanted, I believe, but he definitely got under it. Did a chip shot, a long chip shot on the last kick, but I think that's what they wanted. I think you're right, Bob. I think they did their film study.
I mean, that right there is your special teams working in unison right there. We saw the kick by Heck right there. Look at the spin on that ball. Just perfectly bounces off the Fords player, and Jack Luthi right there scooping that one up like white on rice.
Those offensive linemen got to catch a breath for maybe 30 seconds. They're back out there.
And, of course, Tyler Kern, our 2011, beg your pardon, season, first-team All-Catholic defensive end. You're just hanging out there on the sideline, gearing up to pin your ears back next time.
Yeah, it's not a bad problem to have, getting sent back out there, at least on offense. On defense, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Usually something went very wrong.
You know, speaking a little bit as we get a penalty here, it'll go against the LaSalle Explorers. Tyler, your time at LaSalle, a lot of victories. It was the height of the Drew Gordon era, who passed away last week, and they had the services yesterday. It was an unfortunate time, but a celebration of his life with so many great people. As Sidwar rolls, throws towards the end zone, and Sutter couldn't bring it in.
What a pass. Wow. And, yeah, just to allude to what you were saying, Bobby, I remember, coming into LaSalle playing GW for the city title. Not winning it that year, but coming back and beating them handedly the following year on the way to a state championship. So, a lot of good memories on this field, some big games against St. Joe's Prep. We won our year against Roman Catholic here in the PCL, so a lot of good memories.
2nd down and 15. Davis bounces. He's got a ton of room. Good blocking down the field by wide receivers. I am a sucker for a good wide receiver block, and LaSalle had about 3 of them plastering a Haverford School defender.
They got speed and they got blocks. Sorry.
Of course, yeah, guys, and just adding on from what you were saying here for this, for talking about Drew Gordon, I had the pleasure last week of completing a shadow with the Villanova radio broadcaster Ryan Fannin, and at the game Villanova versus Colgate, they did do a tremendous job of honoring Gordon and all he's done for both LaSalle College High School and Villanova.
Oh, put your foot in the ground, young man! Stevie Davis will not be stopped. Touchdown.
That's on the highlight reel. Wow.
I mean, you just can't stop the kid. Stevie Davis all the way to the crib, refusing to lose there. Another 6 for the Explorers.
Cutting on a dime. The Explorers may be trying to get a running clock here to get home to watch the Eagles game. That's all. It's a long way. A lot of football left. I'm just saying they're playing like that right now. They look amazing out there.
Stevie Davis thinking, hey, that first cut was fantastic. But you're right, Tyler. That doesn't get on the highlight reel unless he gets to pay dirt. He knew it, and he got there.
And then he gets to kick the extra point.
Give him all 7.
Even hit the soccer net in the back there. He just doesn't miss.
What can't this guy do?
That's
Well, listen, he's a lacrosse player, right? And a stud one at that. He's like, that net is way too big. It's at least 3 times too big.
And I don't know what it is, man. I think you're right. It's like the ability to cut. Like most lacrosse players I've seen that have been football players have been the playmakers on the field. They're just incredibly athletic, and they make things happen, usually with the ball in their hands.
Also, I know that our viewers like that we like the movie quotes, and I don't know if I dated myself there. I also kind of inversed it. You know what I was going for there?
What were you going for?
It's like at least 3 times too big. Someone in the comments knows. Oh, well. You tweet at us.
Come on.
All right, I'll tell you. It's Zoolander. When he's got the model of the Learning Center.
A house for ants?
What is this, a school for ants?
School for ants.
Has to be at least 3 times this big. That's well angled once again, and LaSalle is in there on the stop. My goodness. Get in there and make a play, Jack Luthi.
Luthi with the hit stick on that. Wow.
Yeah, Luthi once again delivering the boom here for the Explorers. A pummeling hit, setting the Explorers up for some tremendous field position here on the defensive side.
We said it in week 1, and we saw it in week 2, and honestly in week 3 as well. Even though you got Malvern and Bishop McDevitt, 2 of the best teams in the state. It's a new day out here. This LaSalle team, the offense is running very, very efficiently this year. The John Steinmetz defense is always really good. The special teams showing improvement. It's a different ball club this year, folks. And LaSalle fans are going to be excited to see it. That's a loose football over near the sideline. That's a tough call of incomplete. I tell you what.
Ooh.
Back-to-back hit sticks, man. Oh, my gosh.
Catch 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4. That's a catch and fumble,
I
folks.
thought he made a football move there, Bob.
That's right. As long as you can define what that is.
What is a catch, man?
What is a catch?
Age-old question. Been asked for centuries.
Great job by Gaffney there stepping up. That pocket was collapsing quick on him.
And really an unfortunate call for Haverford because, granted, the fumble, sure, but they would have gained the 15 yards because the ball would have gone out of bounds. They're all the way back now at that original line of scrimmage. You got about 3 yards there. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up. And with 8:24 to go, this one's close to getting away from them here. They got to find a way to move the sticks.
I mean, if the Explorers can find a way to put 4 scores on the board here, with still a lot of time remaining in the second quarter, they would do a great job of blowing this game open early, getting the job done. And Tyler, like you said, possibly getting home early to watch the Eagles game here week 2.
That's not what I'm thinking about.
Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but.
Gaffney in the shotgun.
Always some added incentive for winning, at least.
3rd down and 7. Gaffney on the out route. That's a dangerous ball. Nearly intercepted, thrown into double coverage. And take a look here on this replay at Joey O'Brien, number 6. He's got that far wide receiver, and he recognizes pretty quickly which way Gaffney is going, breaks off that defensive route, and nearly comes up to make the play.
No, that's a high IQ play, especially on the high school level.
Yeah, you just can't simply miss a player like Joey O'Brien on the field. He's a two-way guy, and he does it so well for the Explorers. He's a playmaker, and he always gets involved on every play.
It'll be Gopez again. We talked about his exploits. We'll see him sophomore year, and we'll see him junior and senior year. Another booming punt. And it's caught there by Des Ortiz. Did not. Well, maybe he did call for the fair catch, and that's where the laundry came in.
Dang.
Took a big lick, Tyler?
Yeah, no, big lick, but a lot of moving parts on that play. There was a lot of Explorers in that backfield. I thought that was close to getting blocked there, Bob. This is going to be great field position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Explorers can really take advantage of this. 7 minutes and 34 seconds left. That is a lot of time on the clock here for them to really establish a methodical drive, chew up a lot of clock, and go into this one 4 scores up.
We've been honest. Their last few offensive drives have been 5 to 7 plays. There hasn't been.
So they're going to have to mark this off somewhere. All right, the ball is currently where Des Ortiz made the play on the special teams. Flag came in right away. It's difficult here to hear the public address announcer.
Ref just
And
shrugged
that's
his
not,
shoulders.
and that's no. Chris Carabello doing an amazing job, by the way. Just tough from where we
Infrastructure.
are. You a big infrastructure guy, Tyler? Yeah. Deep drop. Sidwar crossing pattern.
Ooh,
Des Ortiz
got there a little early.
Sure did. That flag will go against number 33, the sophomore Matt Jones.
That's tough for Jones because that's a fast play. You try to time it out. I could have seen that not getting called as well, but from up here, I said it was early. So
yeah, definitely tough. Like you said, everything's fast moving right there. Trying to play the ball just anticipates it a little bit too early right there, but the Explorers will use that to their advantage here.
Okay. And on that punt, we just got insider knowledge that they picked up that flag, so that's why.
Yeah.
Nothing happened with that.
$7:28 to go. Second quarter action.
Did he feed Stevie here?
The answer is yes, as Davis cuts right up the gut. Good gain, got about 5, maybe 5.5 yards. Second down and very manageable.
Yeah, I like that. You got, I think, 4 spread out wide there, and you motion in, get a blocker for Stevie, and get a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, well, Tyler, to follow up what you said right there, you can feed Stevie, but is he ever full is the question. I don't think so. He's always hungry, always moving right there.
Well, Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, exactly.
Hungry to fill up that highlight reel tonight.
I think Stevie Davis, you might be pining maybe his future agent, little Campbell's soup. Feed him a little soup. He's hungry. So is Des Ortiz. And Ortiz runs right into the defensive back. There might have been a time to cut that up the field once he got outside the hashes.
You know, my favorite Stevie Davis highlight of the year so far is when he walked up to you, Bob, this year and said, Bob Long is the best to ever do it. Now, yeah, I mean, whether you agree with him or not, yeah, that's up for – I'm just messing.
Few do, but I appreciate him.
No, but that was awesome. You talking with Sidwar, and he had a few words to say to you.
Absolutely, and we'll get back down there after the game here tonight with the winning team and grab a coach and a player of the game. Sidwar again goes for that pylon. Toe tap. Touchdown, Julian McFadden. A thing of beauty.
I mean,
you got it.
I mean, what else can you say about that one? A perfect play right there. Straight into the midst of McFadden. Able to just reel that one in with little to no space in the end zone. And what a dime by Sidwar. Just dime after dime after dime today, putting on a show.
As soon as that left his hands, that looked like it was going to be a touchdown if McFadden could get there. Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, you know, continuing to add on from what you were saying, Tyler, you know, the Explorers really taking advantage of these short drives. They have these explosive and electric plays that just open up the field and make these scores so easy.
And how about our buddy Bobby Mullins here as well? That's a pretty big-time camera work there to get all the way to that pylon. Really nicely done.
Yeah, there's not much wiggle room there with the windows of this booth, but that might have been one of the best Explorers passes I've ever seen. That was beautiful.
So, Bobby, and you don't have your mic on with you, but thumbs up or thumbs down. Freshman, right? Freshman? You enjoying LaSalle and the WEXP? That's great. Well, we're so happy to have you here. It's great to have you on the broadcast, and you're doing an awesome job. Welcome to the fold here at Bob Long Sports.
Bobby, what's your graduating class? 2027.
2027.
Oh, wow. I feel like an old man finally. 15 years later.
It took you this long, huh? And again, angled to that same spot, and that one is caught. And LaSalle just excellent all night long on special teams.
I know in the NFL there's that rule. If you have a foot out and you catch the ball, it's a penalty and you get it at the 40.
That's exactly right.
He was inches from being
out
of bounds.
He could have done it.
No, but like without even realizing it. He was inches from being out of bounds when he caught that. That would have been really interesting.
But you are exactly right about that, Tyler.
Do you get that at the 40 in the high school level as well?
I think it's 35.
All right, so I mean you get an
Should
extra
brush
10
up
yards
on
maybe,
that.
or no, 15 yards, but still.
3 receivers. Well, really, he's one more in that H-back position, effectively. Gaffney throws, and it's intercepted by Joey O'Brien. O'Brien undercut the route, and he's got a cavalcade of blockers in front of him. He's inside the 20.
Yeah, O'Brien right there picking Matt Gaffney's pockets clean with the pick. I mean, a tremendous read right there, but it almost seemed like his hands had magnets and the ball traveled right to him.
Athletic play. The ball was like kind of past him almost, and he like reached back, and then that's just incredible. I think the Explorers want to get home and watch the Birds. That's all I'm saying.
O'Brien finding a way to make it look easy out there, despite the athleticism.
So is this one of those games, Tyler, where you don't want to be the Bob Long Sports Player of the game and get interviewed on the field? Because then you're the last one sitting here while everyone else is back watching the Eagles game?
No.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Of course not.
I mean, come on now.
No, it's an honor to be interviewed on Bob Long Sports.
You know, Joey O'Brien is like, boy, that would be great. Would love to do it next time. I'm out of here.
We'll see you at practice on Monday. We can do it then.
But Joey O'Brien's making his case, folks. Playing a great game. Sidwar, crossing pattern. He's got Sutter. Sutter is brought down after a gain of just 2. Pretty well defended in the flat by the Haverford school.
I mean, if you're the Explorers, you can't ask for much more. Just firing on all cylinders. Every phase of the game, even special teams with that kickoff. And they're punt catches, too. I know they're not returning them for much, but doing a great job of securing the ball and giving your offense good field position.
5:15 to go, second quarter. 2nd and 9 as Sidwar goes down to get that snap. Across the middle, and he was looking for Sutter again.
Low snap, high pass there.
Still had the vision there for Sutter. I like the route across field. Just a little bit off there, a little bit to the left and high. Just couldn't connect, but still a tremendous vision.
Yeah, maybe that's kind of where it had to be, though, in terms of I didn't really see what happened in that defensive pass rush there. But
we really haven't seen a field goal of any significant length attempted by LaSalle this year. You would think it's 4-down territory.
I don't know. Stevie wants to add to his highlight reel.
Sidwar. And it's incomplete, fortunately so. Flags come in, and this is interesting because it's going to be holding against LaSalle, and it's occurred well behind the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to have to accept this. But they'll look to the sideline and find out. My guess is the holding occurred somewhere around the 25, 26-yard line. Back that up 10 yards from there. Wow. They declined the penalty. So 4th down and 9, decision time for LaSalle. I'm going to throw my hat and say I would have gone the opposite direction there. But let's see. They just need one stop to get off the field. Fourth down and 9. Sidwar, good pocket protection. Throws for McFadden, and that one was too high, and that's why I'm not an offensive, or beg your pardon, defensive coordinator.
That's why we're in the booth up here, Bob.
Truly, no coordinator of any kind. That's not me.
I mean, we got coaches up here in the booth, too, but that's why we're talking to the fans of Bob Long Sports.
So a turnover on downs. Haverford gets off the field. Still plenty of time here. 4:52 to play, second quarter. We know the offense can get going. Gaffney, we saw how good last year the running back Matt Brosco was. He's been bottled up completely. Samaj Lee, Jaden Rivera, very few touches out of the backfield. See what they go with here.
Gaffney has the arm talent. He just needs the pocket, which hasn't been there.
I think the ball's got to come out a little bit earlier sometimes as well. Well, I guess that's part of it. Brosco, nowhere to go. He's bottled up by 3 Explorers. A gain of just 1. Kieran Campbell, Jamel Williams, both up and out of the pile.
Yeah, I like that play design by Haverford, but great job by Kieran Campbell setting that edge, making that, buying his guys time, forcing that run inside for a nice, cool 1-yard gain.
Yeah, the Explorers done a tremendous job of, creating some pressure here. Brosco really has not had anywhere to run. And I'm sure it's been a big focus in the game plan just to see if they can really just stack that inside and make some tackles, for some loss.
2nd down and 9. LaSalle able to get the pressure, get into the backfield here. Brosco hit and dropped. He got about 3 yards. I mentioned that in part because, Josh Williams, he's been excellent on the left-hand side of the line, number 62, all those D1 offers. But they lost Thomas Barnes, who is their starting right guard. Tremendous player, had to start a freshman in his place. Now a 6'2", 260-pound freshman, of course. Big boy, Owen Bernard with Preston alongside him. But at one point in their first game against Imhotep, they had lost 3 guys on their starting offensive line by halftime. Barnes actually got hurt in the locker room before the game, and then 2 guys got hurt in the first quarter. So they kind of were behind the 8 ball. They're still not quite back to full health. Those 2 guys are back. Don't expect Barnes to be back. So this is a team that's trying to figure out the answers, and they do so there, moving the chains. Still plenty of time to go here in the half. Gaffney hands to Brosco, and Kieran Campbell came off the edge, tripped him up for a gain of just 2.
I think Haverford, like you said, they need to get that ball out quick on those passes. Gaffney held that ball for 2.5 seconds probably, and his receivers were wide open. So if he has a pocket and they, can develop some quick passes, they can get something going here.
3rd down. I beg your pardon, 2nd down and 8. Although the down and distance might not be the enemy, it might be the clock. 2:37, and they're in no rush whatsoever. They fake the jet sweep, handoff to Brosco, and he lost 2 yards. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Jamel Williams was in there on the stop. And a timeout is called by LaSalle. How about Chris Filippo, number 9? He came all the way out of the secondary to assist Williams with that tackle. Timeout on the field. Chance for us to tell you guys about CJO Design and Construction. That is a landscape contractor Run by Chad Ormond, who's jumping both feet off the air, listening to his ad. He does a great job for his clients. You're looking for landscaping work, you're looking for hardscape projects, you're looking to put on a deck or something of that nature, take out some trees, clean up the bushes, and clean up those areas. He's your guy. Peak growing season right now, folks. You're going to want to give Chad Ormond a follow and go to his website, cjodesignandconstruction.com. We want to thank him for his support of us here at Bob Long Sports, allowing us to get out and do these games for you year after year. It's folks like this that allow the product to come to you for free. So you should support the folks that are supporting high school athletes. It's a big part of why we're here. So thanks to Chad for all he does. Give him a visit, cjodesignandconstruction.com. So now third down, ball at the original sticks. 3rd down and 10. They need to get to the 40 for a first down. Matt Gaffney in the shotgun. No time for Gaffney. He's taken down on the play.
That is a violent sack.
Grayson McHugh.
Grayson McHugh, a monster coming in right there, delivering the boom once again for the Explorers.
Gets his sack. I know he was upset earlier when he didn't hit home, but that's a heck of a sack.
Oh, man.
Tyler, you brought something up, and that was that this team got pressure on the special teams on Gopez the last time. Excellent punter, but the protection wasn't great. You got a little over 2 minutes to go here. I think you throw the horses at them and try to get a punt block and get this to the 5-touchdown mark that you talked about. Next touchdown plus an extra point would lead to a running clock situation.
We saw that with the kickoff. Like, they tried that pooch kick. It didn't quite work out, and they fine-tuned it, and it delivered an amazing result. I think just watch this rush, and interested to see if they send out 2 guys to receive again as well.
Julian McFadden and Des Ortiz, the 2 back deep to receive. Again, a lot of respect for Gopez and his leg here. Ortiz's heels back at the 39-yard line.
No horses here.
A driving kick. And that'll take a Haverford hop back inside the 35-yard line. They'll wait that out until that whistle blows.
Big fight.
Big fight in the center of the field.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness, yes. So
he was on top of it. Yeah, they were on top of each other. Punches were thrown. Why? It's 20-0. Why could you possibly? That might be an ejection. Wow.
I get the sense someone might be pulling up our 50% replay video to check that one out later.
It'll be me. I'll be doing it.
It is good that they got them cleared out. Seems like nobody is particularly worse for the wear.
Yep.
But who's to say what comes next? 2:03 to play here, though. Late second quarter action, and LaSalle back out there on the field.
Crazy to see something like that on a play that really didn't matter. But like anything in between with the Gunners there, it was just a kick and I don't know. It's football, though.
It's football, man.
It's how the game is played.
Heated tensions, but the ones that can be the most disciplined are the ones that are going to, in the long run, win more games. That one's going to go against LaSalle. They're backing it all the way up inside the 20-yard line. 2:03 to go, so hey. You run this in practice all the time, Tyler. 2-minute drill time. What do you have for us here?
You got time. You can utilize Stevie Davis on some runs, I think. You still have a timeout, I believe, as well. Just open up the playbook, and this is a perfect chance for this team to work on their 2-minute drill in a real game.
5 wide set. Sidwar across the middle. And O'Brien dropped it. It was just a little bit behind him. Was that ball tipped in the linebacking core?
Yeah, that ball was tipped right there. Definitely you could see the ball kind of take on a different spin as it was delivered to O'Brien. Not able to reel that one in, just given the circumstances of the ball.
In that case, pretty good play out of the linebacking core.
Sidwar has matured incredibly. He kept his vision down the field, saw the guy coming up on his right side there, and took a little step up.
And it's a delay draw. Des Ortiz, and it's going to come back. The flag came in the area of holding. They blow it dead at 1:49 to play.
Yeah, really unfortunate. You know, the hole almost looked too good to be true right there for Desmond Ortiz. Had all the space in the world, but that'll be a holding against LaSalle.
What's that, half the distance to the goal?
Believe so.
This Haverford team, we talked about them pregame. Undefeated season last year. They were 10-0. They beat this LaSalle team in about this same weekend, I think, last year. But then graduated 17 seniors. Those seniors left a blueprint for the team for sticking together. But again, some of those, we talked about horses. Some of those horses were gone. Nearly caught there by Julian McFadden. 3rd down and long coming up. And now all of a sudden, Haverford has a chance to make a stop, get the ball in great field position, and try to put some points on the board.
Julian McFadden had a lot of green grass in front of him. He hauls that in.
And that's 2 balls. Now, I know the first one was tipped, and the second one was a little bit out in front, but 2 balls where receivers had 2 hands on them.
It's kind of crazy. All 3 plays they've run so far have looked really good. They just haven't had the outcome that's been needed.
They got to get all the way out to the 28-yard line for a first down. Sidwar, again, good protection, unloads. And 2 receivers in the area, they just couldn't get to the ball.
Yeah, Sidwar really putting some air under that pass right there. The vision was there. You had J.P. Oates downfield as a targeted receiver. Just unfortunate in that one. Didn't work out.
You could tell that was his plan from the beginning, too.
Yep.
He took quite a few steps back. You could tell he was going to put his all into that one.
Bobby Mullen, man, by the way, like that's great camera work. That's a 50-yard throw that was in frame the whole time. Love it. We got a star in the making.
Might have a job offer after tonight, Bobby.
Oh, a huge hop there all the way into Haverford territory, 39 and about the 38 where the ball will stop.
Yes, the Explorers right there, I mean, a tremendous punt and really can take advantage of that field position. As we said, there was a threat of Haverford starting within the Explorers 50. Now they're pinned back a little bit deeper, helping out LaSalle a lot.
And quite frankly, perhaps a bit too much respect in terms of where that deep man was set up. Come up and get that ball. I mean, it is every bit of a 20-plus yard difference.
You're used to your nationally ranked punter punting you in practice. You're used to putting respect on a punt.
Yeah, good point. But they got 71 seconds with which to work. This offense back out on the field. And there's only 1 defensive back on this side of the field. I can't believe that they went to the far side. Let's see if we can quickly get to this replay, guys. There is Justin Hawkins and Justin Hawkins only on the near side of the field. Linebacker comes from that side, and Gaffney doesn't even give him a look. That's tough. Gaffney across the middle. Oh, it went off the hands of Hawkins. He got 2 hands on it and perhaps a bit of a face mask on it as well.
Gaffney's feet there, he's got to stay planted. He was dancing for almost no reason, it seemed. It's hard to throw a good pass when your feet aren't planted on the ground.
The feet were joyful.
Joyful, yeah. Not in a joyful kind of way, though.
I know. 44 seconds left. 3rd down and 7. You talked about it a lot, though, Tyler. The arm strength is there. He's got a decent pocket presence by and large. But I think over time, when you get that much pressure on you, it does become difficult. To his credit, he didn't fire the ball early. He did wait for that route to develop.
Just an observation.
Yeah. An initial hit. Brosco spins off a second one, gain of 1. And now a timeout is called again. The chess game continues. It'll be 4th down, and LaSalle will get the ball back. But what an interesting time this might be if they had some sort of fake punt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe too little time, 36 seconds left.
I mean, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
They do get the ball to start the second half. Some sort of impact, momentum play here.
Even if the Explorers got the ball right there, it's 36 seconds, no timeouts. That's tough.
Yep. We'll see what they come out with. But first, we'll tell you about our friends at E&M Insurance in North Wales. Chris Marr does a great job running that insurance agency, property and casualty. They're an independent agent, meaning they work with all the best insurance companies to give you the best rates, best prices, best service. Maybe you have a youthful age driver and you are needing to do that. You can go to E&M Insurance. That's EANDM Insurance.com. Flag comes in.
The delivery of that flag was, I don't know, kind of funny to me. It was just
It's an illegal substitution penalty called against the Haverford school. Back them up again. I think that probably takes the fake off the table. But again, call E&M Insurance, see if they can improve your coverage, save your money. Look for them on the web at eandminsurance.com. Visit them on Facebook, and we thank Chris and the entire Marr family for supporting Bob Long Sports and high school athletes. Oh, and that knee was down, was it not?
Looked it to me.
That's a difficult call. I don't know if we can get all the way back here. All right, here we go. You be the judge at home. Did he possess this ball when those knees went to the ground? He got it up. That's a heck of a play.
That is. Just a great reactionary play right there, just to get that knee up off the ground. But man, oh man, was that close right there. Could have been big trouble for the Fords. The Explorers would have had that ball, deep in their territory, possibly priming them up for another score. Right now, though, they'll be pinned back. 28 seconds left on the clock.
3 receivers here on the near side of the field, and now they're going to bring one in motion. Mekhi Holland was the man in motion, and they're going to quickly go to Holland. He should be looking to get out of bounds. Instead, he gets the first down. So there's a flag that comes in late. This has not been a clean football game. And they're already walking this one back. Perhaps an illegal shift based upon where it was thrown. Yep. An illegal formation was the signal from the head official. What's interesting is that it came out as the play was ending.
Yeah. I had to
it
think
occurred
about that
at the snap.
Take a deep shot here.
Nonetheless.
Take a deep shot.
1st and 15.
Take a deep shot.
10 seconds left. Again, they'll go to the sideline. McFadden steps out of bounds. Tyler Kern wants a deep shot.
We may get one.
Now's the time.
Yeah. Now is the time. We've seen Gavin Sidwar's arm time and time again. We know he's capable of long distances, hitting guys in stride, similar to a Hurts to Brown connection here. If I have the Eagles on my mind as I speak, if he's able to find someone downfield, that could create a major play here for the Explorers. You never know.
O'Brien, he'll get hit and eventually dropped to end the half.
How did they not blow that early? That should have been.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
Forward progress should have been called 3 seconds ago.
And you know what? What's happening on the sideline now, it's off camera, but and John Steinmetz is having that conversation, that exact conversation, Tyler, right now with the officials. Hey, listen, you want to get the game under control? Blow the play dead a little earlier. 100%, Tyler. You're spot on.
Thank you, Bob.
Nonetheless, it is tied here. Or beg your pardon, the half is over, and LaSalle is in control, 28-0.
It'd be tied if LaSalle had 28 less points.
Good first half for this offense, no doubt about it. Good first half for our broadcast crew as well. Thanks to Bobby Mullen for being here with us, Danny Rovey, and Tyler Kern alongside. I'm Bob Long. We'll take a break. We'll hear from some of our partners here, and then we will also replay you a tribute video that we did last week to Drew Gordon, who passed away just about a week and a half ago. A great man, a LaSalle Explorer for life, state champion, Hall of Athletics inductee, both as an individual and the team that he coached to a state title in 2009. Had a chance to attend the services earlier this week. It was a wonderful celebration of life. It was great to see so many people, Bishop McDevitt teammates, Villanova football teammates, LaSalle players, family, friends, everybody in between. He was a great man and will be remembered. So we'll take a break, and then you will hear our tribute to Drew Gordon with 3 of his players and 1 of his former assistant weighing in on his impact.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with 0 out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
To take a moment here halftime of the LaSalle versus Bishop McDevitt game. Football is very important in the LaSalle community, but some things are a lot bigger than football. And one of those things are some of the folks that are involved in this community and have made this program what it is today. And right at the top of that list is Drew Gordon, 14th head coach in LaSalle football history. He passed away early this week. Drew Gordon was a wonderful man, a guy who was always willing to give us time to speak with him about the team, to reminisce on old memories, or to reconnect with one of his players and to show them the ropes, or to give them advice on whatever stage of life they may have been in. You know, I know for me personally, having a chance to see his teams both as a student and then as a broadcaster, have a lot of respect for Drew, his family, his son Brett, who was involved for many years, and my heart is with them this week. We had an opportunity to speak with several of his former players, Drew Gordon's former players, including 3 of them that won the state championship in 2009, the first state championship in LaSalle football history, and the first football state championship by anyone in the Philadelphia Catholic League. He was a great man. He was a better man than a football coach, and he will be missed by so many.
Sorry to hear about Coach Gordon, a.k.a. DG. The other day, I wanted to send in a quick video to mention how great of a person he was, how much he meant to me as a coach, as a second father figure. You know, he was a man of many great traits. One thing that really always stuck out to me as a player, as a alumni, a person that always stayed in touch with him was, you know, he was always holding people accountable. That's one thing I took from him as I move forward into my life and career, as holding yourself accountable, holding other people accountable, always looking to better yourself and master your craft.
I want to take a couple of seconds here and express my condolences to the Gordon family for the loss of Coach Gordon. My name is Joe Wade. I've been a coach off and on at LaSalle since 1994. Drew Gordon is the person that hired me to work for him on the offensive side of the ball under Coach Kalistra. We had a nice run there in the 90s under Coach's leadership. He's an extremely driven person, pushed me and our team to be better than our best always was working hard to push the kids on and off the field, which I always found to be very, very refreshing. And some really neat stories about Coach. He didn't care what type of recruit you were coming into school. He had the same line, hey, we have 4 people just like you. The best players are going to compete and play. And the reason he gave that message was he didn't want to make promises he couldn't keep. And he also wanted to reward the kids that worked the hardest. Coach, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to work and learn under you. We had a lot of good times together. I was blessed to get to know your family and get to know your wonderful son, who taught me a lot as well. And I'm going to miss you, and just can't be more grateful for everything you did for me, and how accepting you always were to my family, and to my boys were the ball boys and the water boy, and to my daughter Carly and my wife Janine, how great you were with them. So you will be missed, and my condolences to the entire Gordon family and to the LaSalle community. Thank you.
This is Anthony Cognetti. I had the distinct privilege of playing linebacker for Coach Gordon on the 2009 state championship football team. The news of Coach Gordon's passing was devastating for me as one of his former players, and for the entire LaSalle community. He'll be missed dearly, and he definitely instilled in his players all the great qualities of hard work, discipline, dedication to the team, and thanks, Coach, for everything.
When I think of DG, I think of LaSalle football, not just because of all the wins and the state championship, but because he really defined what LaSalle football in the community is all about. Being hardworking, being persistent, disciplined, and caring about those around you. He was a hell of a leader that demanded the most from us on and off the field, and he pushed us to our full potential. And those are just some life lessons that I've taken with me throughout my college career, but also in the workplace today. And I know that goes for the same for my teammates. I met with DG for breakfast a few months ago, and we sat in a diner for about 2 hours just reminiscing on LaSalle football memories, the good and the bad. But one thing that really stood out to me was that during that 2-hour period, he asked me about probably every single player and how they're doing and where they're at today within their life. And he truly cared about us as players, but also as people. And that's one thing that, I'll always take with me, that he was probably one of the most caring people out there. Bob, appreciate you putting this video together. DG, love you, miss you, and we'll talk again.
Really appreciate those guys taking the time to give us their thoughts. They lived it day in, day out, practice, game, off season, with the legendary Drew Gordon. Drew Gordon, 5 straight Philadelphia Catholic League championships, the first state championship in school history here at LaSalle. He is a member of the Hall of Athletics as a coach. His son Brett is a member of the Hall of Athletics. And his most proud moment as a coach was 2 years ago in 2021 when the 2009 state champion LaSalle football team was inducted as a unit into the Hall of Athletics here at LaSalle, forever immortalized as one of the great, and to this moment, the best LaSalle football team in the history of the program. Drew has done so many great things. He's involved some wonderful coaches. You heard from one of them there. Joe Wade, who's been with Drew and involved with the LaSalle football program since '94, just like Drew Gordon was. John Steinmetz, the head coach of this team, was the longtime defensive coordinator under Drew Gordon. And Brett Gordon, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach at times, and a LaSalle legend in his own right from his wonderful play at the quarterback position and how he's given back to these young men. The Gordon family is a special one. This is a tough loss to the LaSalle community, and more so for those individuals that played for him, that sweated and bled together in pursuit of one common goal. Drew Gordon, we will miss you. Thank you for everything you've donated and you have done for this LaSalle football program. You're one of a kind.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfort Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfort Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above. To find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make. some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary?
Welcome back, folks. We are underway here in the third quarter, and it's a really good return for the Haverford School. They deferred after winning the coin toss in the first half. And so they're back at it offensively here to start the second. Bob Long, Danny Rovey, Tyler Kern alongside with Bobby Mullen on the camera. So thrilled to have him with us here today. All right, guys, so LaSalle in control. 28-0 they lead here after the first half. Looking to get a defensive stop and get the ball back. But, Tyler, if you're Haverford, what's the blueprint here to start to get back into this one?
Yeah, of course. I think Haverford has somewhat of a blueprint. I know it's hard to come back for any team to come back from a 28-0 deficit, and honestly, plays like that are the blueprint. But you got to catch the ball.
Yep, and he did, by the way. In between, he kind of clamped it in between his legs. Surprising call there, but.
Okay, well, yeah, that's the blueprint then.
There you go.
Catch it between your legs for 6 to 8 yard gains. Keep them honest with the run game, and just you gotta minimize any mistakes. It's obvious. Not sure how helpful that is to anybody, but
very helpful, Tyler. Thanks for that.
No problem. It's important to be confident.
Today's a game where you really be missing Brendan Limpo, maybe providing some stats for us on the total yardage for Haverford penalties.
Incomplete pass. LaSalle thought that they had the football. Beg your pardon on that shared screen there. But, yes, there was an out route to the outside. Dropped. It'll be third down and about 5.
If you're the Explorers, you're happy here. Third and 5, 3rd and 6. Probably making them throw the ball here. Nope.
Handoff for Brosco. Brosco is hit and dropped. What a big hit. Up out of the pile is Carson Wakefield.
That's a hit. And it's got to be 4 down territory, right?
You would.
Yep.
Well, I guess so.
Yep.
Well, no, here comes the punting unit out. Gopez will punt this one away.
I mean, just what a tremendous hit and read by Carson Wakefield right there. Like a hunter, he just locks in on his target and delivers the boom. I mean, a tremendous hit. You can really feel that and hear that all the way up here in the booth.
Fourth and 3. And they punt that one away. Again, curious decision there, but it is fielded. Fair caught by Des Ortiz. 10:22 to play, third quarter.
The Explorers now pinned back on their 20, and, they really haven't shown any lapses in how quick they run these offensive sets. I mean, it doesn't matter where they're pinned back. They're going to find a way into the end zone more often than not, especially in a game like this.
Sidwar leads the offense back out onto the field again. And it is rare, but they go, for the time being, under center. With Stevie Davis, the lone tailback. Hand off to Stevie, off tackle, and Stevie bolts to the sideline. Good gain. He stood up after a gain of 6. Second down and 4 coming up.
Can't ask for much more on first down. A nice gain from Stevie. He's putting together quite a night for himself.
I mean, as usual, what's new? I mean, Stevie's the guy who you can really count on for those consistent first down drives. I mean, if you get 6 yards or 7 yards on a nice first down rush, you're poised for success here on the second down and short.
Sidwar quick out. There's Sutter putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield for a first down. Caught it at the sticks, 1 yard after the catch. First down on a gain of 5.
Sutter didn't seem to have anyone within 5 yards from him. You're right, Bob. That's great. Planting your foot in the dirt, and, yeah, great route.
Yeah, tremendous job right there from Sutter. Like you guys both said, a great transition and weight, able to, exercise some fancy footwork there.
Joyful footwork.
That's a good pull there, Tyler. Davis up the middle for just 1. Next up for this LaSalle Explorer team, they get a week off. and that means we get a week off here, guys. How are you spending your bye week?
Well, for me at least, I'll be taking a trip down to Columbia, South Carolina, taking a visit at the University of South Carolina, checking out their prestigious communications school as well as their business school. Also attending the University of Mississippi State University, South Carolina football game where they'll be remembering Alshon Jeffrey's jersey.
Oh, how about that? That'll be a fun game.
Yeah.
Mississippi State doing well with their out-of-conference scheduling.
They have been.
And Sutter, again, on the wrong page with Gavin Sidwar. That's the second time we've seen that. An earlier play on the near sideline, I believe, was Sutter, if I'm remembering correctly. Something to keep an eye on there, but 3rd and 9 coming up. Pass that if a defensive back saw that a little earlier, could have easily been 6 the other way. Tyler, you haven't avoided the question yet either. We'll figure that out after this play.
Be reviewing the tape, Bob.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
3rd and 9. Sidwar steps up in the pocket, throws across his body, intercepted.
It's a heck of an interception.
And has a lot of running room inside the 25-yard line.
Did he one-hand that? Did he paw that?
Yep.
That's what it looked like. That
Looks
was
like it.
Insane. I have a lot of glare over here through the glass, but wow. A great read by that linebacker and just a great
And it's actually a big cornerback. That's starting cornerback freshman Marcus Jones.
What was he doing in the middle of the field?
Tell you what.
I actually want to know,
why
was he in that position? Like he was reading Sidwar, clearly. No,
Yeah.
It seemed like he was spying on Sidwar almost. Maybe they saw something.
Well, he also had some crossing routes coming across the middle. And again, Sidwar can do so many things. Great thrower of the football. It's the Josh Allen effect. They tell you not to throw across your body. It's so hard. Just square those shoulders, come across the field like that while you're moving left and throwing right.
Yeah.
And you're right sitting underneath. So now the Haverford school, this is the break that they needed.
Yeah, the best chance that offense has had so far in this one, you know.
There was also a penalty after the fact, and it's a 15-yarder, which effectively ended up being half the distance. So perhaps a player control foul, a personal foul of some kind. We didn't hear the call.
Forwards are like you're not getting a running clock yet.
Running clock. Haverford's thinking, how do we make our way back in this game? A touchdown here would go a long way. Handoff. Initial contact and not much beyond that, maybe 2 yards up the middle.
Couldn't see who got in the backfield there, but they did a great job of snuffing out that run.
So, Tyler, that's all you're doing with your week off is reviewing the tape?
I don't know. Let's see what the weather's like. If it's nice, get outside, maybe some mountain biking, some golf, whatever. Oh, actually, I think I'm trying to think which weekend that is. No, we'd be golfing the following weekend, I think. But yeah, just live life.
I love it. We'll enjoy it, and then we'll see everybody back for homecoming on September 30th at 2 p.m. when LaSalle takes on fellow Christian brother foe Calvert Hall. Fires across the middle, and it's incomplete. Right in the area was Matt Wills. Couldn't bring in the interception.
That was into triple coverage there.
Yeah. Don't exactly know what white shirt he was looking for. Seemed to be that guy out wide, but nevertheless, like you said, triple coverage. That ball should be picked off. Definitely Matt Wills is a little bit frustrated after that one.
Developing situation here. I want to see if we make sure we have this. Again, a lot of glare up here in the booth, but new quarterback, Connor Scanlon, a senior, is out there, number 17. So off comes number 7, Matt Gaffney. On comes Scanlon. Haverford trying something new. We talked about how this was a 3-man battle in the offseason and a procedural penalty. A lot of times can come when you don't have a normal signal caller out there.
Okay, that was right on number 76, Adon Gross. Aiden Gross.
Adon.
Third time's the charm, Bob.
It is.
Add-on. Add-ons you get when you're getting a streaming service, I think. Tyler. 3rd down and 14.
They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. First down markers at about the 2-yard line. Lob, a lot of contact. Flag comes in, and that's a pretty good call. Not a ton of vociferous opposition from the LaSalle sideline. Pretty good route. O'Brien was beaten.
I feel like we've been. What happens here? It's an automatic first.
No, it's one of the bad rules of high school football.
I remember this with the St. Joe's Prep down at Franklin Field a couple years ago.
Not an automatic first down. A bad rule, if you ask me. Needs to change. So half the distance to the goal is absolutely right here. But man, tough if you're Haverford. Can they make it happen here? Oh, it was 2 hands on it. Could not bring it in. Nick Krakovitz.
That was a great throw, and almost the same exact play to the other side. It's the last one, just throwing that ball up there, letting your man go and get it. Unfortunately, couldn't come down with it.
He's going to be thinking about that one tonight. Let's see if they can make something happen on 4th down and 6.
Wow, they're going for points.
Wow.
Just trying to get some points on the board here, I guess.
Look at all the Explorers on the left side of the line there.
Gopez up and good. Smooth looking kick, plenty of leg. LaSalle leads 28-3. Not very aggressive there from Haverford on 4th and 6 from the 8.
I don't know about that.
Curious.
Yeah, I again, just same as you guys. Definitely just confused a little bit, at least for LaSalle. A tremendous way of stopping them through 4 downs right there. I mean, that's all you can ask for. When you're pinned back deep on your, you're within your 20. Just to be able to withhold them from a touchdown is a remarkable feat. So that's just a testament to how strong this red zone defense is.
Maybe an odd comment here, but even if it was 27-0, I'd feel a little bit differently. And I think about it in terms of number of scores, right? So number of scores that you're down prior to that field goal is 4. Now there's 25 points differential. It's not even like you can get 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions and tie the game.
Yeah.
But if it was 27-0, hey, you get 3 touchdowns, right? Okay, you're now down 3 scores. That would be my only sort of question.
Interested to see how this goes.
Yep.
The last kickoff was almost a disaster for the Explorers.
Well, that one is boomed into the wind. It's a windy night here, and Des Ortiz has it at the 7. Takes it out to the 17, and Haverford, really good special teams unit. So let's see if they do build some momentum. They got points on the board. Defense has been strong to start the 3rd quarter. And can they make another stop and get this offense on the field? Scanlon, perhaps a bit of a storyline here at the quarterback position, coming in to replace Gaffney in the second half.
The Explorers taking a
Flag came in. So that'll bring the Explorers back. Another procedural penalty, dead ball penalty.
I want an official count on these flags tonight.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it has been sloppy.
Yeah, I said it before.
Flags are putting in work.
I said it before, I'll say it again. This is a game where you'd love to have Brendan Olimpo giving us some LaSalle yardage on flags, or some Haverford yardage on flags as well, just to see what's happened in this one.
And more action after the play. The last shove was thrown by Gavin Cooper, number 44, the linebacker for Haverford, but they let them play. 2nd down and 10 coming up as Davis got 5 yards on 1st down and 15.
Definitely both these teams getting chippy. Thursday night in Northeast Philadelphia. Maybe just some grit on the field here tonight.
Sidwar hands off to Stevie Davis. Up the gut. And he got about 4, maybe 5 yards. And this is something, Tyler, I think you can speak to here. There's no doubt that the game is is getting a little choppy here. LaSalle hasn't been nearly as crisp here in the second half. A lot of flags, a lot of procedural penalties, some personal fouls, etc. John Steinmetz going into a bye week, having a chance. LaSalle looking to win here tonight and in a position to do so, but John Steinmetz will certainly have an excuse isn't the right word, but plenty of reason to lay into the guys a little bit and make sure that they're focused going into effectively 2 weeks of practice. Thoughts on kind of how what we've seen tonight leads to that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, they're like you said, they're in the position to win. They deserve a rest after tonight. Kind of weird with school the next day, so I haven't experienced anything like that. But anyways, yeah, a lot to work on. You have a lot of film to review, not just from the night, but from your losses and your wins, respectively. So a lot to work on. They have a good football team here. Things have changed a little bit since I've played in terms of like positive reinforcement with penalties and making sure you're disciplined. But John Steinmetz is the guy to do it. So I think they'll go back to the lab and.
Incomplete there, and it'll be 4th down. Salle